Demo Facebook akaanza kuingilia umse this couple akitumia vile wanakaa physically, yani the stature of the man. So you guys mtaona hii video vile alikuwa anasema. So unaona vile ameongea hapo, like kind of alikuwa anaingilia this guy, anamuita short, anasema this guy is too short, can't see the future. But I think there's this place alienda too far. Akasema vile ujamaa kwanza ali question why these guys hawana mtoi. You see?
Oh really?
Mbona hawana mtoi yet? Then au pia akamwambia hata wewe una mtoi. Then she was like nyinyi hamna mtoi juu ujamani mfupi, hata akimwaga itachukua 2 years ndio udem ashike ball.
On air. Presenter Ali.
He ni On Air with the presenter Ali, of course the most anticipated show right now here in Kenya. Na kama kawaida niko na mwanangu wa nguvu
Jasper Bravo aka Justbeast.
And we are always talking about issues affecting Kenya, issues affecting the industry, that is entertainment industry, politics, na kila kitu, everything worldwide. And of course I want to thank you guys for the love and support ambayo mmekuwa mkionyesha in our previous videos. For the critics, we love you too. We know you're just confused fans. And what is our first story today?
The first story today is Demo Facebook.
Demo Facebook.
Yes, baby.
Baby wa baby.
Baby wa baby.
Yeah.
Now, there's this couple.
Yes.
They're called Aziza, and it's a couple of two. They are a TikTok couple.
Yes.
It's a couple of, like, they're kind of a celebrity couple.
Yeah.
A lady.
Wale wadogo.
Si wadogo wote, ni kijana ndio mdogo. The guy is
Aziza Cyrus.
Yes.
And Sharon. Yes.
So Sharon at least has normal stature, but Aziza I think is somebody who we call vertically challenged.
Vertically.
Yes, yani vertically kwenda juu Mungu kuna venye alimnyima some bones. So some bone, so is of a short stature. He's a short king. We call them short kings.
Yes.
He's a short king. So these guys, of course, you know, people usually love watu wenye wanakaa maskini, wanakaa kuonea huruma. Like in this case, people wanapenda this couple, I think, because they look good together, because people don't expect somebody mwenye ni mdogo
akuwe na mtu mkubwa.
Ana expect
akuwe na mdogo mwenzake.
So kind of watu wanaona hii kiwa adorable, you understand? So this makes them very celebrated on the internet, especially on TikTok.
Okay.
So there was this day,
They're active TikTokers, yeah?
Exactly. So juzi walikuwa wako live match. Walikuwa na tafuta coins.
Yes.
Hata baby anatafuta coins by the kwa TikTok. So wako watu wanaongea, of course, you know, TikTok watu wanakoga na ujinga. Then ikafika moment nani akaanza kuingilia, because unajua kwa hizo battles people tend to sometimes people start looking at each other kama opponents. Sasa baby ama Demo Facebook akaanza kuingilia umse this couple akitumia vile wanakaa physically, yani the stature of the man. So you guys mtaona hii video vile alikuwa anasema. So unaona vile ameongea hapo, like kind of alikuwa anaingilia this guy, anamuita short, anasema this guy is too short, can't see the future. But I think there's this place alienda too far. Akasema vile ujamaa kwanza ali question why these guys hawana mtoi. You see?
Oh really?
Mbona hawana mtoi yet? Then au pia akamwambia hata wewe una mtoi. Then she was like nyinyi hamna mtoi juu ujamani mfupi, hata akimwaga itachukua 2 years ndio udem ashike ball.
Nilifanya harusi juzi. Muna plan gani? Mmeficha white? Ama mnasomana kwa ndoa ndio mulete kama
mimi niko na bwana mfupi bado ataona future ya watoto. Bado tuko hapa.
Siko mrefu anaona future ya mtoto na tuko ni kuambie. Lisa. Nimeelewa mbona una mtoto. Huyu akifanyanga akimwaga. Inataki 2 years ndio shike mimba. Aki congratulations. Aki uko kwa raha.
You see?
Okay.
Then Kenyans kama kawaida will react.
Yes.
Tunajua they never disappoint.
Yes.
Na wame react vibaya sana. In majority of them wameboeka na hiyo story. wamejam na demo Facebook. In fact some of the comments zilikuwa zinasema that
She went too far.
She went too far. Unakuwa umezoea kuingilia watu. You think you are funny, you are not. Watu tu waliboeka. And this is not even the story yet.
Yeah.
The main story is
bado tujafika kwenye
yes,
utamu
ndio inakuja.
Kwenye utamu wa chai.
Utamu wa chai ndio huu. So after the guys really pressure really mounted.
Yeah.
Demo Facebook apologize.
Okay.
You see. And
why she had to apologize?
She had to apologize because the pressure ilikuwa imekuwa too much. Apologize akasema kama niliwakwaza hivyo vyote vile naomba msamaha and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So
site kwenye niliwakosea jana, I'm really sorry. We learn from mistakes. Kwenye nilikosea jana, poleni. Kwa mara ya mwisho kama nilikukosea, I'm really sorry and we move.
So since far kuna watu wamechukua hiyo apology yake as genuine.
Yes.
And there are some people wenye wana feel ni kama anasema tu for the sake of just saying apologize ili akiulizwa in future
aseme ali apologize.
Hadi nili apologize ilikuwa jokes. You see. So before we muingilie demo Facebook because lazima muingilie
lazima nimuingilie.
Sijui ni demo wa Obina na watu wanasumigi wewe unachukia Obina which is not true by the
way Kenya wanasumi shida.
Of course ni kuassume tu. So first before mimi nipeane opinion yangu about his situation vile how our celebrities are supposed to behave in public and whatever they say outside there if it matters. What do you think about, according to what is your take on this, considering all these activities? Alafu pia unajua their brand in a way imekuwa shaky within the past week because not shaky that inaenda kuanguka but controversies after the other day Obina ana correct wafanyikazi kwa live yenye of course kuna watu wanasema iko sawa. We still say that is wrong. You know, it doesn't matter if 100 people say something is right, if it's wrong it's wrong. You see. And it's wrong. Obina was not supposed to do that. You see. But now hata before you settle sasa ndio demo Facebook anatukana watu online.
First of all, let me say that I've been on the TikTok environment. I've watched people play live matches and I've also personally played a live match. And the environment that is based pale TikTok, it's normally very toxic. So for example, if I'm playing a live match with you, you realize that most of the times when I'm playing, I'll want to demean you or demean your gifters so that I can somehow provoke them to gift me.
Okay.
Or provoke them to gift you. It's normally a game of mind games that actually people have to realize. So if I'm playing a live match with you, I'll normally say, sasa gifters wako wanakurushia tu roses, hawezi kurushia hizo malayon, kwani ni maskini aje? So when I'm doing that, I'm provoking your gifters to gift me more.
So it's a reverse psychology.
Yeah, it's reverse psychology. So naweza kuambia like wewe hata ukai poa ndio maana ugiftiwi
ili magifters wangu washikwe na hasira
wajam. You understand? So
that's smart.
And then wakijam wakugift, now it's wewe sasa ni tani yako. Ulikuwa unasema magifta wangu hawawezi, now look at what my gifters are doing. It's basically a game of psychology.
Or even when you say that my gifters after gifting me your gifters can see that I'm beating you up.
Yes, wanze
pia wewe kugift.
Yeah, it's normally
it's kind of a game.
Some people have really hacked it. Akina Mwiti, akina Kioi, they normally know how to play it. Wanakani kama wamekasirikia.
They even create a fake beef
and enmity so that they can actually make money out of it, and it works very well. Now, coming to story ya demo Facebook, I remember the first time I saw story ya demo Facebook kuroast mtu alikuwa na roastiana na Tumbili
still on TikTok,
not really on just a random
different
video
platform,
and ilifika mahali she even cried saying that Tumbili went too far and everything, and Tumbili actually had to apologize because mafans wa demo Facebook they came all over wakaanza kumsalimia
akitukana wanalia.
No, she went live akaongelea hiyo story that
akaanza kulia. Jua alitukanwa lakini yake tukana wengine ali.
No, just skiza story kwanza. So now what I personally think and whatever people think that I have any sijui issues na mtu, I don't really care about that. I'm just giving my opinion.
The truth remains the truth anyway.
So what I think is, as a public figure, there are things that you can actually say and get away with them.
Sure.
And there is a line that you cannot just cross because you are a public figure.
Sure.
There's someone somewhere who can just
Some
say,
random person on the internet.
some random person, some guy, kuna jamaa juzi alifanya hivi, alipewa mic akafanya, alafu akasema Ruto ni
Kuma.
Wewe Ruto, wewe ni kuma wewe.
you know.
Yeah.
And he got away with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
because
if
it's
it
just
wa-
somebody random.
But if it was
Morara.
if it was someone like Eric Omondi,
Yes.
Churchill, you know,
DCI
saying that,
wangemuinua hapo juu.
you know, you cannot just say those
Yeah,
things
sure,
because
sure.
there's normally a line that you have to draw. And
Especially when you have the influence.
when you have the influence, because whatever you're saying is reaching many people and you do not know how many people are going to react
take
to
it.
it.
Yeah, sure.
Some people, sometimes even things we do unknowingly,
Yeah.
sometimes we fake breakups and obviously watu wa Nairobi, they'll just say cloud,
yeah.
wanataka kurelease ngoma, but kuna mahali, kuna msia kuko Kaptwenye, kuna place inaitwa hivyo,
Kaptwenye.
ako mahali huko tu, yani yeye atajua tu Diana B na Bahao liko sana mbaya.
For real.
Ama you do a video like cheating prank. They don't even know what a prank is. They'll be like, who am I cheat? You know, there's some people who are like that kwenye internet. So you really have to know how to balance those things. Now coming to this story, where she was roasting them about their height.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it's
Even their ability to conceive.
Let's first talk about hii height.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. Ni kama tu venye mtu anaweza niita tu light skin na anichongoe. Ni kama venye mtu anaweza kuita dark skin na kuchongoe. Ni kama venye mtu anaweza kuambia kama let's say hauwezi ukaongea ama hausikiagi na kuchongoe na. Me personally,
Ama ukiwa una meno hapa mbele.
I don't think it's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
weki bogoyo.
You know, as long as the person ambaye anachongolewa is okay with that, I don't think there's something wrong with that.
Okay.
Now, the problem is when you talk about some things, even on air, on cameras, you really have to be very careful because first things first, there are different people who are watching, including watu wakubwa, people who respect you, people who take your brand seriously. So when you start talking about things like spams, sex, spams could take 2 days, I think it's very vulgar and I think it shouldn't be something that is coming from you on camera. And the same reason why I'm saying these things are very sensitive and we may not know.
Sure.
And some fans may be like, stop attacking them on Facebook, stop doing this. But you know, these things go way overboard than we think.
Yeah.
The other day they were having a conversation with Obina and Obina just said this. He was the MC kwa event ya Bolo Bespoke wedding.
Yeah.
And Obina said,
The designer guy. That green wedding.
yeah. Obina said, nini ili happen? And then dem wa Facebook said, Diana B alipoteza simu. Sawa?
Okay.
Then Obina said, ndio maana Kasolo alienda home mapema. And right now on TikTok, everyone is saying that Kasolo
stole Diana B's phone. Yeah. I've seen
even
that.
Kasolo amehave kujidefend na kufanya interviews.
Yeah.
So sometimes whatever we are saying in public, no matter how light we might take them in our heads and in our hearts, because for me, I'm very sure that Obina didn't mean that Kasolo ameiba hii simu.
It was on a lighter note.
Yeah, I'm very sure that demo Facebook didn't mean that spams za huyu jamaa
Itachukua 2 years kufika huko.
It is just a joke. You know, it is just a joke. But now the way there's actually a very thin line between the joke and the damage that that joke can actually make. For example, look at Kasolo's situation. Anasema hata Bahati ashiki simu zake. So probably hata Bahati ameamini
that jamaa aliiba hii kitu. Na si Bahati ashike, labda anampigia kumwambia ndio hii simu ninawarudishia niolete na labda ameregret atakurudisha simu.
Yeah. So what I can just say about this is okay, for her to apologize, if it came from her heart, hiyo iko sawa. But if she just apologized for the sake of apologizing, it's
kubamba mafans.
And another thing maybe I think demo Facebook should actually do is learn the difference between when she has to perform and when she has to be herself.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between
being in character and being out of character.
Presenter Ali na Muslim Ali. You know, there's always that difference. So you have to learn to strike that difference. But what I can say is, kulingana na mimi, if it was a joke, mi mtu aniambie hivyo, me I don't think there's something wrong, because ule mtu amenijokia naona intention yake, she's just joking, she's not trying to,
she's not serious about it.
Ni kama tu sahi you tell me kitu kama hiyo, waist pumps zako zita take 2 years. I know it doesn't take 2 years.
Unajua tu kupiga once imeingia
one time. So I know. So and I always say that make sure whoever you're joking with, you know their intention and you know who they are. In this way, if today I come and start joking about your eyes, you know Ali very well. Like, this is Ali.
It's just a joke. This is just
Ali.
joking. Yeah.
You know, because there are some people you can just tell them something, they're like, hey, umekuwa personal.
Yeah.
Because shida ya jokes ni sometimes zinakuwa ukweli, zingine zinakuwa
some jokes are in fact ikiwa ukweli ndio tamu.
Hapa
it's funny ikiwa ukweli.
It's very funny. But now it takes a lot of intelligence and a lot of emotional intelligence for someone to actually take a joke yenye ni ukweli. So for example, if I just come and tell you
tuseme unitukane mazee wewe ni sonko juu unajua
for example, if I say I'm really trying to find a joke that can fit, like you know, shida yenyu nyi watu wafupi mnakuaga tu na hasira, you know, wewe ni mfupi na probably uko na hasira, then you just
put together, you're like huyu jamaa
amekuja sana. But kuna mtu anaweza counter na nyinyi watu warefu akili iko mbali sijui na nini, you know. There is always that thin line between knowing who you're joking with, kenye unamwambia. You might even joke with someone, just tell him shida yako unakuaga 1 minute man, you know, alafu ana jam hata siku, alafu bro
ama nikutole uone
chiki mimi hata siku najua ni 1 minute man.
I was just saying,
joke, bro. Mbona unaniambia
hata unaweza kureveal chenye siku ya kupe ni ukweli,
you know. So for me I think if she was intentions zake, which I also believe intentions zake were just
pure
kujoke, na sidhani kama alikuwa na mean what
just
saying
fun,
but the problem is now how the audience gets it. And another problem is her role in the public, her role in the society. She's a public figure right now. You cannot just say anything. That is just what I think. I don't know what you think.
Umekuwa so nice, but your point is
valid.
It's valid, and mpaka nashindwa vile nini, because before we came to this show nilikuwa nataka kubash udem vibaya sana. Bash ni vile sasa, like, you've made so much sense. You've made so much sense. Whatever I'm about to say is not going, but anyway,
but also
I agree with you.
I'll just have a point to say.
Okay.
It's about time celebrities stop having initagwa diarrhea ya mdomo.
The verbal diarrhea. Start
thinking about what you're saying, because it's going to impact so much on people. It's going to make someone, it's going to take someone from depression, it's going to take someone to depression, it's going to take someone from suicide, it's going to take someone to suicide. You just have to be very cautious with what you're saying.
You're right. Personally, let me agree with you
partly.
No, totally. I agree with you totally. But I just need to add this. I'm just trying to look at it I'm trying to understand the guys who are getting mad.
Yes.
Number one, I actually believe that dark humor, as I told you the other day, is like
very beautiful.
It's very beautiful, especially if you can do it and get away with it without offending people. You see, but it's clearly she did not do that because she offended some people. Number one, I agree that it's true when the person the recipient of the joke, if takes it as a joke, who are we even to be offended? You see, they are just a third party. But to come back and listen to what you just said about when you're a public figure, whatever you say influences somebody somewhere, and you should be very keen. Which means the moment you become a public figure or an opinion leader, because when you're a public figure in a way you're an opinion leader, and which means anytime you say anything, you are no longer in a level there's always this quote that's good that whatever I say is my business, however you see it is your business.
Yeah.
But now when you are a public figure, when you say things, you try to avoid things that will be misinterpreted.
Yes.
Because your intentions could be good, but you don't know your fans' intentions.
Yeah, true.
They could do something really, really bad in the process. They could even attack somebody. We've had situations where, especially in the US, where somebody's fans went and beat up somebody, like especially the rappers.
Kuna siku tulikuwa na Kaspula kaatakiwa LD. Sijui alikuwa mafans wa nani hao.
Na vile Kasipula hata izikimbia.
Mwoga. Anaongeaga sana lakini kaoga.
Kawaida watu wa mdomo wanaka nini? Wanaka nguvu.
Kaspula kakuja kuniambia bana kuna watu wanataka kunipiga.
Anataka kumsaidia sasa.
Nikamwambia bro mimi mwenyewe unaniona.
Ina tu mmenyane kivyako. Unaoga na mdomo sana. So for real, there people have no hapo nasema tu like in a way the demo Facebook was okay. But now I think there's this place that now watu wake wa PR walimfail if she has.
Yes.
The moment now she started apologizing in the selection of apology. She was apologizing and saying that if whatever I said offended you, if
and
and
it's
I'm
never
sorry,
an apology.
It's never an apology.
Yeah.
You see. Then number two, it's also in a way it makes it look like you don't want to admit your mistake because when you say if I offended you, it means you don't want to admit your mistake, but you want us to forgive you anyway. You see. But again, still going back to how the public will look at it. Most of people don't look at stuff critical to that level. They'll just look at it. Oh, so ameomba msamaha kumaanisha amekubali alikosea. And sometimes when you're apologizing, you should be very keen. Because sometimes you just apologizing, in a way, it's an in extension admission of guilt.
Yes, true.
You see, if I was in her situation, what I could have done is, or what I could have advised her if I was her PR manager, is tengeneza video if you really feel the need. First of all, I will ask her not to respond. Because in Kenya, we don't have any serious cancel culture. You don't fear being cancelled as much. People will still watch the following day, even if you
X tu ndio pale
X ndio unaweza cancel. But on TikTok, YouTube, kuna Kenya hakuna kukanseliwa yote. Hata labda kanseliwa WhatsApp watu wa kublock. Maybe make a video if you want to, but personally I would not even recommend making any video. Lenga to people will talk, people will be silent. But if you have to make a video will be not necessarily apologizing, but doing this. Guys, this is what I said the other day, and you guys got offended by it.
But this is what I meant.
And the guys that I said this with,
they're okay with it.
They're okay with it. And you could even go at level of even making a call just to show that happened. Or if you can access them, it's okay, we'll go live with them, just the same thing. Then the guys did this, but it was not intended to be offensive. You understand? And most of people will forget because Kenyan fans and Kenyan people,
you don't have to apologize for everything.
You don't need to apologize for
I think
everything.
that's why Obina has not apologized to Kasolo.
Yeah,
because he knows what he meant.
What he meant. Yeah. So,
but for Obina's case, I think it might be more serious. For even Kasolo to even do interviews. Ama Kasolo anatafuta clout.
Maybe. He's very positive artist. Anataka watu wamuongelee. Akaona hii story ya kuiba simu hii. Ndio
ashatoa hapo iPhone 15, ashatoa hapo Samsung, it was Z Fold. Akasema mbona niibe mimi simu?
Niko na masimu. Yenyewe labda aliomba mtu hapo kwa nini.
But come to think of it. Kuna msetu anafikiria tu sahi Kasolo aliiba simu.
Sikuna mtu anabelieve hiyo. Vile umesema tu everybody, there's some people, bro, majority of people see things, they see stuff and they believe them.
Wow.
You see.
Let's just go to the next story because I do believe that there's a lot to be said on that story, but let's just pass it because of time. Now, on the second story, the story between Mungai Eve. Of course, we talked about it, I think last week. Yeah, we talked about it last week, and what came out.
Yenye tulinyorosha
Trudy vibaya. Wewe ndo ulimnyorosha.
Mimi nilimnyorosha.
Ulimnyorosha vibaya sana, and you said actually that when you get into a business, when you get into an environment, it's up to you to take an opportunity. Don't expect anyone to hand it over to you.
Yeah.
Now the other day she spoke about the way she met Mungai Eve, akaomba picha, and up to ile point yenye Eve alikuwa anamfinyilia and you watched the interview.
Yes, I did.
And because it's you who actually ulimnyorosha, hebu tupe opinion.
Nimnyoroshe tena.
Not tupe opinion.
Kwa kuja hapa. Trudy shika hapa kiboko. Anyway, Trudy by the I actually like saying the positive things about people first if I know them. And you remember last time I told you that Trudy, from the interactions nimekuwa naye, I see that she's a hard worker.
Tulikuwa naye jana baby.
Yes, hata jana tulikuwa naye. She's a hard worker and she's a go-getter. And a very humble lady. She's very humble. But now I was part of me that was feeling that the fact that she's humble, she's taking her humility to a very high level.
She's becoming timid.
She's becoming timid, exactly. She's becoming weak. That's according to what I said in the previous video. And it's only a fool who doesn't change their minds. And I'm not trying to say that I'm going to change my mind on this.
Hey.
I still stand by this. Number one, I still believe and I still stand by this. Trudy Kitui, nobody owes you shit in this life. Nobody does.
Audai mtu kitu yote.
Hakuna hata mamako mwenye alikuzaa. The only thing alikuwa na kuoni kukuweka kwa hii dunia. Hata angekuzaa na kutupe kwa kichaka na hepe, you can't blame her.
You have to find your way.
Your way, just find your way. Snakes wanazaga watoi na hata waonagi after kuwaza. Hata juagi ili nini wapi.
Samaki zao zikisha pasuka mayai.
Anaacha anaenda. Bwana ndiye anakuja kumwaga nini? Kumwaga sperm. Alafu anaenda. The kids will just survive. You see? Yeah, so
hata ni kama wajuagi buda yao.
Hawajuagi hata buda zao. In fact, do you know that in nature it's the only animal that stays with the parent, the most dependent animal,
birds,
is human beings.
Oh,
we're the ones who stay with our parents until we're 18 years. For 18 good years. I think another animal, is it an elephant or a sheep, one of them that at least stay with their young one for about a year and a half. And that's like number 2 after human beings. Like they're the ones who stay with their young ones at least longer. So we as human beings, tunajionaga kama tuko strong, but we are
strong and intelligent.
Yes. You understand? We're just stronger and intelligent. But in survival, we're one of the weakest animals.
Yeah.
You see, and it's our intelligence that allows us to survive longer than any other animals. So human beings, we should know that hakuna mtu anaku owe anything. It doesn't matter in any level. And I'm not trying to say that nobody needs to help you, because human beings also, there's nobody who's ever self-made. There are people who will help you here and there. Understand? So let me go back to this issue. That one is besides the point. The point right now is Trudy Kitui did an interview, and she was very candid the whole time. She talked about her history, how she grew up, which was very moving, by the way. She's gone through so much struggles, which is kudos to her. And she says that she got to a place where Mungaiva alikuwa anamfinyilia mpaka akifika place akitaka kuuliza swali Mungaiva anamkata.
Sasa tukaingia kwa interview, tukaanza maswali. Akaanza kuuliza maswali, pia mimi niko na maswali. Nikianza kuuliza ananikati. Like ile nimesema Diana, nilikuwa nauliza, nasema Diana, I was saying this, yani mpaka nabaki nimenyamaza tu na hizo mics zangu nimeshikilia. So nikashindwa mbona. So I didn't ask any other question, ili have kunyamaza. Akauliza maswali, tukamaliza, tukafunga, tukaenda home. Nakumbuka nilifika home to around 5 hapo. Kufika nikalala, nikaamka 10, nikaingia WhatsApp 10 am. Kuingia nikakutana na message ya Mungai Eve refu yake, amenitext akaniambia, hey girl, who do you think you are? Nikikwambia utoke mbele unafaa kutoka, my brand is too big, so please if I tell you to step aside. Nilikwambia utoke hapo, sijui president alia sijui kanijibu aje. Mimi nilimwambia tu mbona nitoke, na pia mimi mic zangu zinafaa kupick sound.
Anamkata before malize.
Hebu jaribu kuuliza swali. Tunauliza Waire.
Yeah.
When ni Trudy?
Yeah, mimi ni Trudy. Haya, hii ni mic.
Na hii ni mic.
Yeah. Sasa when ni Trudy?
Mimi when ni Trudy. Mimi ni Eve.
Okay.
So umesema anamkata. So nafani kukata.
Unafaa nikate.
Oh, so Waire.
I have to start first.
Okay.
Thank you Waire for coming.
Waire, how many songs have you released right now?
Then Then the other day.
But then Waire, what is your wife's name?
Then that day when you came Waire, there was...
Listen to me. Hiyo ndo alikuwa anafanya.
Exactly.
According to what she was saying.
According to what she was saying. Of course it could be more subtle, not so obvious like that, but in that way. I'd been viewing those videos by there. I used to watch you guys a lot, especially because of you. And nilikuwa nikiziwatch, I was like, nilikuwa na notice you by the way.
For real?
I used to notice that. I remember mimi most of the time I watch videos in the house because I rarely watch. Mi sikumsema watch sana. But anytime I find myself watching, most of the time I'm with my girlfriend. And when we watch, we tend to comment on those things together.
Yeah.
And it's funny that she used to see them and I used to see them too, which means it's something that was obvious. Because nilikuwa naona namuuliza, are you seeing something strange about the way Mungaivi is treated?
Na anakata Trudy peke yake. Watu kama sisi kina
na wa respect hadi atakuacha umalize. Kwanza wewe ukianza ataacha. Kwanza wewe alikuwa na kurespect mbaya. Akiona Lia ameongea, hadi anafurahi. Unaona ametulia, lakini akiona Trudy, unaona tu face yake ina change. Kwanza ulikuwa unaona vile anaangalia Trudy by the way. Akaenda Trudy anauliza swali una tu ile jicho unampigia unashinda. Bro. Kwani mnapigania Trevor? You see? Then mimi nilikuwa by then nilikuwa na side na Mungaivi kwanza nilifikiria si alikuwa na fight for her space. But kuna these details zenye Trudy alisema. And you can't make this up. That story mimi believe. Alisema that there was this time walikutana hadi nani alimuita? Trevor. Aliita Trudy.
I think I know that story.
You know that story? Akamuita siji ilikuwa airport ama wapi? Akamuita akamwambia eti because ilipata kama the previous day. Trudy alikuwa amembia Kido. Enda waambie Mungaivi amenizoea. Na sasa hii place imefika. Nitafinya mtu. Nitafinya mtu.
Ananiona ni kama
yake. Ananiona kama mimi ni matako yake. So jamaa akaita Trudy. Akasema Trudy kuja baby. Akambia Trudy
Trevor sasa.
Trevor. Akambia what I've seen is you wewe na Trudy nyinyi ni ladies, you need each other and you guys are matures and whatever I'm seeing between you guys doesn't look mature na mna mess. You need to come together muongee malize hii ujinga unafanya.
Na akawachanisha hapo.
Akawaleta pamoja. Akaita Kido na somebody else I think just to witness whatever was happening. Mungaivi na akasema mimi kama ulikuwa unaona hivyo. Of course Trudy alienda akasema whatever alikuwa anafanyia. Mimi sipendi vile ulikuwa unitreat mbele watu. Then Mungaivi akamjibu eti mimi niko sorry kama nilikukosea. The same thing unasema ukishasema kama that's not an apology.
Yes.
Kama nimekukosea pole, mimi sikuwa na mean ikue hivyo. Mimi sikuwa nataka kukuhurt.
Yes.
But Trudy says that after that haiku change
for the same.
Baada anaendelea tu kumsukuma kwa line, baada anaendelea kumkata. But since waliongea and then this lady akaongea akaji-express akasema sorry, she saw no need ya kuendelea kumfuata lenye itaisha. You see? Alafu sasa the fact that Mungaivi alikuwa anamuita siji wewe ni small brand yangu ni kubwa, which was unnecessary. Because right now hata ukiniuliza Mungaivi's brand na Trudy's brand is bigger.
No way.
That's what I think right now.
Why?
It's a pure idea thought. Okay. Considering the rate at which she's growing right now compared to Mungaivi. She's always like in number of, I'm talking about in terms of numbers, how their channels are behaving.
YouTube peke yake.
Because
Eve is way bigger on Instagram.
Exactly. But when you look at YouTube, Mungaivi, Trudy is growing at a faster rate right now compared to. In fact, I predict by December, Trudy will be further than Mungaivi by far.
She's anajipush sana. I don't know.
So Mungaivi kumuita eti ni small brand hiyo time na kusema eti alisema nini? Kuna kitu alisema yenye this lady alikuwa hurt with. Alisema I can't remember. But anyway, what I can just say about that part is that nilisikia for a moment niliangalia nikasema can a woman be so evil? Kama hizo vitu zenye Trudy alisema kwa hiyo interview. Anybody who watched that interview? Bro, can a human being be so evil?
For real?
Mungaivi kama hizo vitu zenye Trudy alisema then she's such an evil woman. Na kama hivyo ndivyo wanawake wanakuwa huyo kama yani kama alifanya hivyo yetu ni unajua yule mama anatoka Patience Ozoko yule wa Nigerian. I can only compare to that.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. And I don't want to start any wars. I don't want to look like I'm the bad person here or I'm the good person here. But what I can just tell, what I know is that many people need to understand that when it comes to online media, one of the things that most people normally say ni nyinyi mko na unity, mkisikia kitu ina happen mahali mko hapo wote, mkisikia all those things, the viewers think that, but in real sense the online media it reached a point that there was so much hatred, and the hatred was being fueled by competition, that Ali amefanya video ikatrend, ama Ali akiinterview huyu msee video zake ziuenda, so anytime huyu msee anahitaji press ama interview, we are not going to call Ali. And I'm using myself as an example. That could be Kome, that could be Kyoko, that could be
anybody.
Sijui kama una understand point yangu. So it reached a point that all these things were almost, kulikuwa na hatred amongst us, with people feeling like, we are the biggest brand, ama we are the bigger brand. If we are doing an interview, lazima tukwe tu interviewer na host peke yake, ndo wako kwa camera, wako kwa shot yetu.
Yes.
Trudy afai kuonekana kwa hiyo shot, tutamcrop. Ama Ali afai, ama Eve afai kwa hii shot yetu. And it's something that for me I just saw it kama ni utoto.
It's petty, it's so petty.
Ni utoto fulani. And everything I would just say it was just being fueled by competition. At the end of the day, everyone wants to win.
Okay.
I could be your friend. Maybe we are in the same field. Una run channel ya Munga Eve, mi na run ya presenter Ali ama ya Kome ama anything. We are friends. But bro, trust me or not, unaona tu Kome amekuwa tu akiwin, lakini Kyoko mazee push the whole month. Unaona tu Kome mwezi anaenda kuokota hata mita, wewe unaenda kuokota like 200k. It is just natural, like kuna kitu tu utafeel. Because
why should you feel something?
Because I'm just telling you this. This is what I noticed in the industry. Like, people would show you how much when mkali mazee mwezi umeua and everything, and then ile mwezi ujaua, you just hear people. Kulikuwa na kaumama fulani by the way, kwa online media, kulikuwa na, you just hear sijui kuna mtu amesema siku hizi unalemewa YouTube, kuna mtu anasema, kuna mtu there's a friend of mine, there's a former director of mine once who came and told me, tulikuwa tumetoka airport that day, and we had done an interview, and then when you do interviews there's a video yenye itaperform poa na kuna nyingine itaperform vizuri. Let's say tumeinterview Harmonize sote, kuna yenye tu itakuwa na views mob, kuna yenye itakuwa na mob. So my director sits in a car, I think an Uber or something, and they see two guys who are my good friends actually, laughing at my video. Jamaa wetu leo amekwea
struggle mbaya,
and it just shows you that if they are feeling happy when my video is not performing well,
you just know the opposite is true. Time yenye uko vibaya na wabamba mbaya,
you get the point.
Time yenye time una win ina wabo.
And I decided to somehow quit the rat race in such a way that I do not have to be there to interview people, so that, because sometimes you don't want to be part of some energies, and you are sucked in by the energies slowly without you actually realizing. So tukirudi kwa history ya Trudy na Eve, I would just say that it was just
fair for Eve to do that.
No, it was not fair for her. But everything that was happening there, Trudy was alijipata in the middle of a war that she was not part of.
Okay.
The war ilikuwa, who's doing better than who? Sawa?
Yes.
Who's getting views now? Who's getting attention now? And she's coming here, and probably Eve starts feeling like, why does she want to steal my show?
Okay.
Sijui kama nime make sense.
It makes so much sense. And whatever you're saying is true, but it's still, in a way, it still doesn't make it right. Kuna
no, I'm not saying what she did was right.
I'm not
saying what she did was right. I'm just saying that alijipata kwa vitasi yake.
Ni kitu yenye ilikuwa, guys, like she should not take it personal.
Okay.
It was something that was
the thing. Here is the thing that I'm going, hii ndo kitu nataka kukwambia. the fact that Trudy is speaking up right now should just tell you that ni watu wangapi wamefeel
hivyo na wajaongea. Because I remember she was even mentioning you guys had groups.
Yeah, there's another lady actually who I can't remember her name. There's a video ya Eve na Trudy, and I mentioned it in the other video. Eve na Trudy wakibishana mbele ya kamera.
Unajua hizi zitafunika hivi singebaki tu pale. Zitafunika aje?
Mbona ameenda hiyo side?
Ngebaki tu hiyo side. Basi wacha nikuje hii side. Wewe unaweza kaa hiyo side.
She just posted the clip. Akapigiwa simu akaambiwa to pull down the video. You know,
kwa nini? The reason? Hawakumpatia reason?
Inachomea mtu mmoja brand.
Na aka pull down pia.
Yeah. So you see, that's why I'm telling you, in that time when kulikuwa na that revolution in online media, there was just so much that was happening. Like,
it was a chaotic
environment.
Yeah.
So there's just so much that was happening that if you are wise, you would choose not to engage yourself. Like for me, I would just watch. I'm not saying I was the good one.
Yeah.
Maybe someone is a jito.
So, but they would say maybe you're not the good one, because in the interview, Trudy alikusifu sana. Yeah, alisema you're one of the few people when you walikuwa na msaidia, wali hold hands. Yeah. So in a way, ulikuwa the good one. Anyway,
I don't know.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I believe in holding people's hands, by the way, and many people that are even in the industry, they can attest to the fact.
I've seen you hold some hands. Someday we're going to talk about the people that I know you've without you talking myself, I'm going to talk about the people I've seen you hold their hands.
I've held their hands, and some have been grateful, some have been ungrateful, but that's not actually today's conversation. But I just wanna let Trudy know that it doesn't matter how anyone treats you. It doesn't matter how any opportunity is blocked in front of you. You just have to keep your head high and go to the next one. Keep knocking. That's just how it works. Mtu amekuweka chini, we just move on, because hakuna mahali utaenda. Do you know how many doors I have personally, how many proposals I've personally written this year?
So many.
How many doors I've knocked this year? But inafikaga point, even when someone is telling you no, even when someone is putting you down, even when someone is saying unakuwaga na roho mbaya, even when someone is saying wewe ni mtu mjinga, it doesn't matter anymore. And once you get to that point, it's called tenacity. Once you achieve tenacity, you can achieve anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So for today, I just want to tell her, like, it doesn't matter how someone treated you. It doesn't matter how even people in the future. It's not Trudy peke yake. Mtu yote ana watch. Anyone who's gonna treat you in any way in the future, it doesn't actually matter. You just keep moving, because you're going to meet people who are going to treat you worse.
There are all manners of people outside there. All manners. There are those people that you look at, they're so good you think they're God or they're angels. And there are those people that you look at and you're like, hata shetani afadhali. So there are all those people, you see. So I agree with you fully, by the way. And this story, Trudy, is a very inspirational story, especially considering where she's come from. And because the last video, personally, I was advising Mungaiv and saying that I was advising Trudy. Today I'm advising Mungaiv. And when I talk about Mungaiv, it's not necessarily her. She doesn't need to listen to me, because maybe she doesn't even care. But when I say, she's just a representation of somebody who might listen to this. In that, in this life, people are struggling. People are going through so much. And sometimes when you hurt somebody, or when you bring somebody down, you don't know how much you're destroying. Sometimes unafikiria tu unamsukuma msee toka kwa line, but maybe that's a dream you're destroying. Kuna mtu, because Trudy was saying that she used to go back home and cry over these issues.
For real?
Yeah. What if there was a day she went back home? There are those who go home and never come back the following day
and commit suicide.
Yeah, just because ulimsukuma kando. I'm not trying to encourage people to be weak or anything, but now on the person mwenye, if you are somebody mwenye umekuwa blessed kukuwa na position of influence, na ukaona mtu mwenye ako in need somewhere, there's this quote that I like so much that says that human beings, we are meant to help each other, but if we can't help them, at least don't hurt them. You see? So if you're in a situation where Trudy was coming up, or somebody is coming up in a place where you are at, number one, get in mind that somebody else winning is not going to take your win from you. That's why I was trying to get the point when you were saying people see themselves in kama huyu mwingine atakuja kuwin ta lose. But bro, let's be honest, this cake is so big. YouTube si ya mama ya mtu. It's so big. These guys were
hata before tuanze kukulia YouTube kuna watu tu wamekuwa kimekdo hapo.
Kuna watu wamekuwa kimekdo. So the fact that we make 10k $10,000 I mean, it will not take from my $2,000 zenye nime make.
Yeah, sure.
You see, you make yours, we can all win at the same time. Understand? So So Trudy could have lifted Trudy up, was not going to stop her from getting the views she was going to get anyways. It's very savage and backward to think that somebody next to me has to lose for me to win. Sometimes we can all win. We can all win. But if you can't help somebody mwenye ako chini, at least don't be the reason why wanna give up. Don't be the person mwenye anawafinyilia chini. At least sit back na watch they do their thing if you can't help them. But if you kuna position ya kuwasaidia, why not? Because chances are pia ulisaidiwa, because Munga ulisaidiwa na Trevor, and we all know that.
So let's go to the next story.
To the next one.
I think we've tumemaliza your story.
Mbaya sana.
And unless something comes up, I think we're just done with this story.
Kesho tuko hapa, hata kama kimekaa basi tunasema kesho. Hakuna kuachilia. We will say.
Just beasts. So the next story I think is a story that, you know, it's something we just came to realize, and I think it's about one food creator, Anita Suowino, and I do believe that there are many good food creators in Kenya, and I've just been following up closely and looking at what she's actually been doing, and I feel like it's about time as Kenyans, we just give her her flowers, you know, while she's still alive. Okay, I've been part of Sue's content from the first video, like literally from the first video. And she's like a sister to me, and even the time she got her first ring light, I was there. So the journey ni journey yenye nimeiona.
You were part of the journey when it was from zero.
Yes, zero actually. So I've just been watching the fact that Juicy, plus the management, plus the husband, they've been actually working on This Is Kenya food album. And I felt like
food album.
Yes. They are working on This Is Kenya food album, and it's just crazy to see how she's grown in a very short period of time. Kumekuwa na watu wengi wamekuwa kipika, but amekuja mwapita na numbers. She's just crazy. So I just wanted us to look at different videos that she's actually done. Not all of them, because hatuwezi zimaliza.
Amefanya mingi sana. Nimeona zingine umenitumia
baba. I think they really stand out. And the first video yenye tutaongelea ni video wame shoot juzi where alitengenezea bwanake dawa. You know dawa?
Ile ya homa.
Achukua asali, ndimu, tangawizi,
kitunguu
saumu
na mint, maybe kauko nayo.
Na mint na maji. So what makes this video actually very interesting is actually the fact that alienda mpaka kwa mzinga wa nyuki. Achana na mzinga yako ya weekend. Achana na mzinga yako ya weekend. Akatoa asali hapo.
My husband was a little under the weather, so I made him some dawa. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Turn this room, turn it to an ocean. Let me float around. Eyes closed, like we're dreaming even when we're not. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Show me there's nothing fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. We can
And I mean, what I love about Sue's content is the fact that it's high effort content.
Yeah.
Like I could just sit here, ni buy asali supermarket, nionyeshe nikishop, nionyeshe nikibuy.
Chemshe maji hapo kwa kitchen.
You know,
mix vitu hapa dawa hiyo.
But for her, she does high effort content, which is high value content. And the comparison might not be actually similar, but it is something that you can just think of. Like, it's the same thing that Mr. Beast does. High effort content, being buried for 72 hours. And shooting for those 72 hours and editing that video into a 2-minute video. Another video that we did that I actually was part of was when we went to Kisii, sindio? To Kisii with my director and their management. And we went to Kisii and she kupika chai.
Mmetoka Nairobi mmeenda Kisii kupika chai, lakini pia
mnafanya hiyo chai the way alipika is tulienda akachuna majani, akazikausha, akazigrind
majani chai,
akazigrind, zikakaushwa tena, zikapika chai. For one video, it cost us, just one video, close to 50,000 Kenya shillings. To do just one video. Because mmefika Kisii, mnatafuta mtalala wapi, na mko timu ya watu kaa 5 sawa.
Director manini.
Mnafika hapo mjue mtalala wapi. So kila mtu hapo anachukuliwa BNB zake. Then after hapo, mwanze kutafuta mtu atakubali kuwapatia homestead yake mshutie. That will take you like a day.
Yes, convince mtu kwa lao tu.
Then majani ikauke nayo ita take another day. Then you know,
mpate mtu atakubali muingie kwa shamba yake.
Someone who's actually able to go to that extent just to give you a content ya 1 minute. I think they deserve their flowers.
That's some real content.
Yeah. Another video also that ilinifurahisha was yenye alienda kupikia bwana yake samaki na akaenda kufish for the akaenda kufish hizo samaki.
Mke mwema. That's what describe mke mwema.
You know, so kuna crazy videos pia apart from that, from those high effort, there are crazy videos that she's done.
Amepika vitu zingine crazy sana.
Juzi alipika kichwa ya ngamia.
Niliona hiyo.
Hiyo sijaiona mtu amepika. Hata sijaiona ngamia imekatwa kichwa.
Umeona tu ngamia inatembea?
Nimeona tu ngamia inatembea ama nyama ya ngamia. Kuna ingine pia I think alipika mkia.
Mkia ng'ombe.
Mikia sio mkia.
Nilimwona akijivuruga.
Nasikiaga inakuwa very healthy.
Mkia? Okay, I didn't know that.
Ukikula.
I didn't know that. What I know that mkia is very lean. Like if you want lean meat iko kwa mkia.
1 minute is not your portion.
It's not my portion.
Aya, next ni alipika pia vichwa nyingi za kuku. These videos are actually running on your screen. And I just felt like to see underrate. She's really good.
I feel Trudy is doing
Sue.
that.
Yes.
Trudy jameni. Okay, Sue is just the exact opposite of what I was telling you yesterday about Kenyan media.
Yes, Githeri Media.
Yeah, the Githeri Media. They just don't put effort in whatever in their art. And she's just one lady who has decided to make art something that
Works for her.
Works for her, and she invests not only her money but her time in it. She's doing her research really, really well. If I can only compare her to somebody, personally, mimi napendaga by the videos za chakula sana. I think you know that. I like watching people eat. Yeah, I like
cook.
Everything about food. I love watching people cook, eat. I watch mukbangs.
Eating the people who are watching.
Yeah, I love that so much. But then for real, I love that so much. In fact, there are some friends of mine that if spend now time, then they say, this time I went to visit a friend of mine, then I played a video by some guy, one of the people napenda sana aitwa avocado.
Ule jamaa mnono.
Kula sana. Right now he's no longer fat, but he's very thin right now. He lost all the weight. Yeah. And so I usually like that issues because personally I love food so much, and I like viewing food kama art because food is the way through which we express our love, I believe, to people we care about. So when you see somebody making an effort to a level that making food content enjoyable because she makes them enjoy. Let me tell you something, bro. There are many people who cook many things online.
Even food that tastes better, probably.
Better than whatever she cooks.
But the fact that she makes it an art.
An art, exactly. Seeing the way she goes, look, it just blows up. If you're somebody who enjoys this, it will blow your mind. I know. And that's why numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
She's not that famous by chance. You see, she might be doing something right. And whatever she's doing right now, I think it's going deep. As you said, she doesn't just do the simple part like, honey, let her honey. We are waiting very soon utasikia day ataenda like Magadi kwenda kumine chovi. Utasikia akitaka kupika chovi anaenda kwa lake. And that is amazing, bro, because I didn't even know that unaweza jitengenezea tea. Personally, I thought maybe you have to go to the factory. There's some maybe big machines that are required to even process it to make it black. You see, but I was surprised if her doing that. And yeah, you want to say something before niendele?
Before you rudely interrupt.
Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, it was so rude by the way.
I'm just kidding.
So her content, whatever she's doing by the way, she needs, you guys need to support her. And if you're somebody, if you've never watched her by the way, you need to go and check her out because I just feel like her effort really deserves appreciation. Nasikiaga many times guys when do YouTube channel, wanaanzaga na, guys please subscribe, you know we deserve this, you know I deserve to road to 20,000, but you look at whatever the content they're doing, you're like, do you really think you deserve the subscription you're asking for? So Trudy mazepole. I'm talking about
Tumekubali unapenda Trudy.
Hey, Trudy.
It's okay.
Maze.
We've agreed.
Yaani unasema kitu hiyo, but anyway,
we've agreed that
yeah, it's a unanimous decision that Trudy
is the love of your life.
Is the love of my Hey, hata kama ni comedy. Anyway,
there's a thin line.
There's a thin line between it and reality. So you guys, if you're somebody who has never seen her content, by the way, guys, hatujalipwa kusema hii. I'm just
paid ad.
Yeah, I'm just somebody, and if I recommend you something, by the way, you need to take. I really recommend stuff, and this is one of the channels I'm recommending for you guys. It's real content, and this lady is making so much effort. And the only thing that now jiulizaga ni huyu husband anakuaga wapi? Anakuaga nani? That's the part that utaniambia behind the camera.
Yeye anajua na siwezi waambia. Anyway, on to the next story. I think there are two people. Kuna watu wengi wamekuwa impeached in this Kenya. Kuna governor Anto Mwangaza.
Mwangaza ameimpeachwa very many times, lakini amekuwa very lucky.
Kuna watu wengi tu wamekuwa impeached.
White Tito amekuwa impeached, Sonko amekuwa impeached.
There's one impeachment. There are two impeachments zenye zime stand out. I think ni ya Gachagua na ya Sonko.
Yes.
Ya Sonko, it was crazy.
Very crazy.
Like the time when Sonko alikuwa anaimpeachiwa, matusi zilikuwa tu parliament.
Zilitembea. Kwanza alitusia wase mbaya sana. Ilikuwa drama by the way.
Ebu guys watch this video.
Kumbavu wewe takataka Gasia. Ndio bado ulikuwa unakatwa makende. Matako wewe. Wewe ni mzee ukwalify Kanjo sio mama yangu, wewe ni grandmother. Wewe ni grandmother wewe. Changa. Makende wewe. takataka wewe. Leo jengo ni ya pesa. Matako wewe. Matako. Matako wewe. Matako wewe. Chance. Kumbavu. Peleka chakula kwa mama yako. Peleka chakula kwa mama yako wewe. Chance wewe. Okay. Kumbavu. Takataka. Okay.
Umesikia hizo matusi aje?
Naweza sema tu Sonko anakuwa such a character by the way. This guy is a real example of what a leader should not be. This guy but the Sonko tu ni mtu alikuja tu akakuwa successful kwa leadership ya Kenya, because in Kenya as long as you have money unaweza shinda elections. But jamaa anaga leadership
but he was also, you know, popular your time.
He was very popular because of his money.
Yes,
alikuwa money, alikuwa na so much money that I
and
think
he used to give a lot
easily, because it's questionable vile alikuwa anapata hizi pesa. The people say that Sonko alikuwa mse wa drugs. Kuna watu wanasema ni mtu wa wash. Of course Sonko has never come out clear kutuambia mali anatoa pesa yake. Because anasemaga siji matatu siji. But we know many people do such biashara na wanaga hiyo pesa. You see, so that's why until moment there is always questioned how much money he has and how he gets his money. And inakoga easy by the bro, pesa yenye unapata rahisi ni rahisi kupeana. So many people could view it as this guy is a very generous person, which he is, because we have very many guys who are wash na watoi kitu.
But then, why was Sonko being impeached?
Sonko was being impeached. It was a political, ni kama tu ya Gachagua. It was just political witch hunt. Yes, Sonko alikuwa ana rub shoulders with very many people.
Yes.
Shoulder number one, Sonko was fighting corruption so badly.
Yes.
You see, akiingia pale kwa City Hall, in fact, City Hall was a crime scene. There was theft left, right and center of public funds, and he tried to make an end to it.
Yeah.
And since City Hall pale kuna cartels, they had to fight him to get out. Yes. And the cartels mainly had the MCAs eat with them. So MCAs too plot to kumtoa. Then the government in place also awakwa for Sonko at that time. Sonko was somebody who was asking questions all the time, and I think he got to a place he annoyed the then president. So they just had to get rid of him, because there's sometimes, but the people whose feet if you step on it, you'll have to face it.
You have to face the consequences.
Yeah, sure.
And of course, looking at what they said on Wikipedia, is they're saying that he was impeached because of abuse of office, gross misconduct, and crimes under national law. And that was on 17th December 2020. And it's actually the same thing in your...
Yeah, there's usually the real reason. In Kenya, there's a real reason why you are impeached. That the general public knows. Then there's always
the one in the book.
Yeah, the one in the book, because our constitution is a very beautiful one. You cannot just wake up in the morning, then because you're not in good terms with somebody, you impeach them. There has to be some some laws that somebody has broken. So nikiwa na issue na wewe, and I want to impeach you, I have to look for something that will make you look like you've broken some laws, so that the impeachment can pass. Otherwise it won't. You see.
So comparing the two, because ya Gachagua of course tumeiona imekuwa tu juzi. The way Gachagua carried himself, would you say it's anywhere close to how Sonko carried himself?
No. The truthful man. Gachagua is not only a truthful man, but he's also a gentleman.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a way in which this guy, what one is a mongalega, like somebody who is a crook, mshamba. The people call him a villager, and which there are reasons for that. There are valid reasons why people call him that, because of the way he used to dress, the way he carries himself in public. Sasa unaona hata vile kizubana katufa la fulani. If somebody who doesn't know him, you tell them that this is the deputy president, wataona nikao na wadanganya. They'll think that is the deputy president's driver.
Ni kama ule wa South Sudan alikuwa ni prime minister ama ni mgani?
South Sudan, no, he is still the president, Salva Kiir. Unamwangalia na kagachokora fulani. Any president. Yeah, so there's some people who just don't look the part. Unamwangalia tu akai hiyo kitu. But we all know that leadership is not by how we look, but by character and what we can offer to our subjects. So the guy may handle in a gentle way. Hajakuwa so crazy about it, and it's because, bro, these people are two different people. Vile tu nimekwambia tukianza kuongea hii story. Sonko is not somebody mwenye akona any quality of a leader. Ana kabisa. Ana. Mimi unajua hata mimi sitaki hata nipende because mimi sitaki pesa zake. People like us kissing him so much because you sound hata nisaidia mimi hata sitaki anisaidie because mimi you get it. I don't need in this I don't need his help. Niko sawa. So vile ali react to your situation ilikuwa dramatic, ilikuwa funny by the way because ilikuwa
he was emotional.
He was very emotional about it.
And when it comes to such things, you're not supposed to be
emotional. No, politics is not something vile Mandago anasemaga. Politics uweke kwa roho. Unaweka kwa lung so that vitu zikifanyika unaikohoa tu nje. Inatoka tu. Yeah. So that was a major difference and it just shows how much there's this they usually say that hot water does this different things to same things. Different things to different things in that the same hot water will always make potatoes to be softer. It's the same hot water that will make eggs to be tougher. So two people can go through the same situation, but the way you're going to come out of it depends on the character you have.
So,
yeah.
Wow, amazing. Sina ya kuongeza lakini it was very hilarious. Na tumeona tuiongelee tu so that we can remind Kenyans over time in their life when they laugh.
Impeachment ilikuwa crazy. Ilikuwa kaka showbiz.
Mimi nilikuwa actually for me nilikuwa nafikiria hii ya Gachagua inaenda ku take that turn. But I think is smarter when it comes to political matters. So I think that is what made him react the way he did.
Yeah, he is because he's been in government for very many years. The guy's been in government for more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So he's been in public public office for more than 20 years. Yeah. People can say maybe people just knew about him the other day after he became the deputy president, but he's somebody who's been serving for long. So I think out of experience, he just knows how to handle such circumstances when they come around. And talking about circumstances when come around and how they affect us, this our boy, the new boy in block, Morara Kibaso. This guy, me by them namuonaga na I always say that he's somebody who has a future considering the way he has started and his age. But Mazek Morara tu ameanza kufanya vitu zingine hadi nimeanza ku-question
zinakubo.
Zimeanza kunibo for real. And this guy I think maybe doesn't know how unforgiving Kenyans are and how forgetful Kenyans are. Kenyans unaweza fight for them today. But it just takes one mistake na utasahau kila kitu shayopigania.
Yes.
Just the other day, jana, a day before after, juzi, Morara alichikwa ya pili, the second time. Alafu after kushikwa akaachiliwa, he came out na akasema that he's taking a break from all this activism. Right now he's a politician from all this politics and he wants to go back and strategize. And many people were limbash, many people were saying that he's been bought, ameuziwa uoga kanunua. And
Ayuko mature. He's not politically mature. That is politically
he's not politically mature. Yeah. And before I give my opinion about this, me personally mimi nilikuwa nimeboeka vile and disappoint by the way. Of course he doesn't owe me anything. I appreciate whatever amefanya so far for the country. Na kama ame feel that is his time to let go, it's okay. We will always have somebody who will continue with that fight. But I just feel like ukiamua ku give up, sometimes I'm already giving my opinion. Giving my opinion, your opinion, bro. Kibaso coming forward, why do you think that Morara finally alikuja tu akamua anaachilia it? And do you think that anaiacha forever and doesn't just want to accept that he's giving up, it's gone? And I thought I was made for this, but I'm too weak, I can't stand this. Or do you think amenunuliwa na gavana tutampata in the government in the next few days? And what do you think also about Kenyans when you're on Ambash? Don't you think that maybe they need to be a little bit more understanding of the boy because he's only 29 for God's sake?
So what I know is that Morara, what I can just be sure is Morara's intentions ni poa for the Kenyan people. But now there's some things that when someone does them, you don't expect them from a leader. As a leader of a pack, as a lion who's leading a pack, even when you are injured, mtu wako nyuma yako should never know that the leader is injured.
It could dim their spirit.
It could dim their spirit. Sure. Because I feel like whatever Morara just did, it may dim spirit
so many people
ya Kenya. Kenyans walikuwa
some Kenyans.
Some Kenyans. So what happened is that alikuja akasema I feel like kila time tukiongea online tuko wengi, but kwa ground ni mimi na watu wako watu nikishikwa niko peke yangu.
Alikuwa anataka watu wako there for him aje, like unafikiria
ngoja tu. So he's like, if he wants to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize in terms of the way watu wanatokea kwa street, the way anapush agenda zake, si ndio? That is what it means, because ametoka ku complain that nataka nikiingia kwa street napata niko peke yangu, hatuko wengi venye tuko online. So is the thing, first things first, post yako imepata 10,000 comments. 10,000 comments, ama let's even say it's a million likes.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that you need to know that hizi million likes ni za Wakenya, si za watu wa Nairobi,
si ya wazungu ama Waarabu,
na si za watu wa si za watu wa Nairobi peke yake,
ama Kasarani.
Yes,
the whole country
bro. Kuna watu hata wa Kenya, kuna Wakenya wako abroad wata like your post.
Sure.
Kuna Wakenya wako Kisii, Kakamega. Sasa siku unashikwa, una expect tu mtu atoke Kisii huko kuja kushikwa na wewe,
na kuja fanya nini? That's why I was wondering, like unataka watu watoke wafanye nini?
Because hajasema guys let's get into the streets.
Yeah.
Hajasema guys let's demonstrate, watu wakakataa kutokea.
So Morara pia anakuwa crybaby.
So what I'm just thinking is I think Morara is just being a crybaby for no reason. He should stop that, because as a leader you're not supposed to do that. That's the first thing that I think. Second thing, I think there are things that are coming out like, huyu mtu ako depressed, ama is this person childish, ama is this person not serious? How do you just come and say guys from leo mimi naenda ku strategize, nimenyamaza, so you won't be seeing me, then a few like an hour later we see you do another video.
Now guys, for the last time,
now he's becoming a content creator, more of a lead, less of a leader, more of a content creator. So guys, I've actually realized this and this and this and this before I take my rest. And then we are like, okay, sawa, rest president, rest
President Kiongozi,
please, just rest. Then all of a sudden, a man is who he thinks he is. I will from now on I'll be thinking big. I'm like, Morara,
unaanza kubehave tu kama watu wengine,
unaanza kujibelittle in front of us.
Na tulikuwa tushakuweka place penye ko juu sana.
That's the thing, tulikuwa tumekuweka Morara pale juu,
tunakuamini kushinda vile unajiamini.
That's the problem. Sometimes and then after hiyo umeka ingine, I now know who I am, I'm going to act my... Come on, you want to tell us tumekuamini hiyo time yote, tumeamini Morara can be the savior of the youth. Now he was thinking small of himself.
Not even the savior of the youth, the savior of the country.
Of the country.
Everybody,
yeah. No, umekuwa ukijiona as a small being. Sometimes I wonder, like for real, I wonder, was Morara aware
of whatever it will take?
Was he intentional of what he was doing, ama aliangukia tu? There was just a void of a leader wa youth, na juu alikuwa anafanya Vampire Diaries, tukamuingiza hapo hata bila yeye. Sometimes it looks like ni kama aliangukia na hii kitu ikamshtua. I'm just being honest.
It's very possible, I'm
just being honest, na hii ni opinion yangu. You can doubt it.
Your opinion is very valid.
Unaweza correct if I'm wrong, but I'm just saying this. Morara, kuna mahali wa Kenya walikuwa wamekuweka. And the way you are behaving right now,
it does not reflect something.
Does not reflect mahali tulikuwa tumekuweka. Personally mimi, I'm telling you, nilikuwa naona tu Morara, the way he was just spitting wisdom. And I could just tell like, this guy is taking the country to the right direction. So one thing that I would really love to tell Morara is that not every Kenyan who's commenting is in Nairobi. Not every Kenyan who's commenting ako karibu na Bomas. Not every Kenyan who's following you is in Kenya. Wengine wako Sweden, wengine, you know. And another thing, how many people have been arrested? How many times have we seen activists been arrested and they never
cry? It happens all the time.
Hawasemagi ati nimeshikwa nikiwa peke yangu, hamjakuwa na mimi, napiga kelele huko. I really wish Morala, I really wish Morara well, but I think he needs some political maturity. He's been a student leader before, alikuwa na vibe student leader pale KU. I understand politics za campus na easy politics, real life politics,
Very different.
very different.
Yeah.
Hapa no one cares about your emotion.
Nobody.
No one even cares about your mental health.
Yeah.
To start with, hakuna msi anajalika you are beaten, unaenda kuchizi.
Yeah.
The only thing that Kenyans want is you to win for them.
Sure.
I saw a post, he's saying, I'm fighting for Kenya, but is Kenya fighting for me? No.
Kenya doesn't need to fight for you.
You are the one who's fighting for Kenya.
Yeah.
I am the one who's fighting for Kenya.
Yes.
Everyone is fighting for
their
Kenya,
country,
for
yeah.
their country.
Yeah.
Your country will never fight for you.
In fact, I think, is it George Washington who once said that, don't ask what America will do for you. You should ask yourself. The right question is, ask yourself what you do for America. Yeah.
So, what I would really like to tell Morara is, maybe he's not okay. Maybe he feels like he needs a break.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but as a leader, it is not okay to show
make
that.
it public. Yeah,
To show it. I don't know if Nico, contrary to your opinion.
You are making so much sense. Considering whatever you said, personally, I agree with you 100%. You see, hata kama wewe ni mtu si wa politics, whatever you've said that makes so much sense. Logically, anybody
squeeze me kwa politics
mbaya. Squeeze naona umeiva politics mbaya.
Squeeze inabidi ujue unaenda kuvotia nani 2027 because kama unavotia Morara na anaanza kuact wiki hivi, unajua hata sasa unaanza kujidoubt.
Sure.
Unajua
unaanza kujidoubt.
Kuwa na heshima. So as I said, I really wish the guy well.
Yeah, sure, of
and
course.
I want him.
Tunamtakia mazuri.
Nataka, I feel like at first we would just say that this guy is taking us to the right direction. But right now he might be losing it.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah. So I think
kidogo ni kukat.
Yes, cut me.
Even him saying that he's known that there is a mall in his team, it is not a good move as a leader.
It's not a good move.
You don't say such things.
No, you are exposing your weakness to you.
How do you know if there is another mall?
Apart from the one you know.
You know. So as a leader, you have to be very strategic. And I think what Morara needs to do right now, he needs to do three things. First, he needs the money. Na hii pesa wa Kenya tunampatia, hii 200 yangu na yako, it's not a bad thing. It's very good. Even Trump alichangiwa na watu.
Hata Kamala Harris.
But watu wanachangia Trump, watu wanachangia Morara, sikubaya. He needs the money. He needs to know where he's going to get that money because money is power and he needs it. That's the first thing he needs to do. Second thing, he needs to see very well who is around him. In terms of, najua kuna maboys ametoka nao mbali tangu akiwa KU na anafeel ni kama wanam owe anything. They don't. Ama anawa owe anything. You don't. So, here's the thing. He needs to get the right people with a good political mindset.
Akuja nichukue hapa nitampatia free services.
Walai.
Akuja.
Sawa. And now the third thing, which is very important. He needs to stop being not a content creator. Si ati aache kufanya Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, he has to do that.
Because
the new world we are in right now, everybody's a content creator in a way.
But don't be more of a content creator than a leader. Right now start acting like a leader. Ukisema I'm taking a break, wacha tujiulize. Mazeko Morara hajaongea 3 days. What's happening? Break yake inaisha lini? Tuweke kwa hiyo situation yenye tunajua ile time unakuja kuongea gold tupu. Si eti umesema I'm taking a break na jioni ushaongea.
You're right.
Then unasema before ni take break wacha niseme hivi before ni
ni kama hata huko show unataka ku take a break.
Yes. Ache kwa
you are missing us before we miss you.
It's like, sometimes you wonder
miss ku post.
Sometimes you wonder, is he missing the attention? You know, like is it the attention?
It's a very valid argument.
Is he depressed? Mbona ana post hivi na alisema anaenda. You know, so first things first, get the money. Ajue tu mali atapata hido.
Put a great team around you.
Sisi tutaendelea kumchangia. 2, put a great team around you. Just do that. And then 3,
stop giving so much information.
Stop giving so much information
about your weaknesses.
In that, don't be more of a leader than a content creator. We love Vampire Diaries, hiyo endelea. But kuna vitu zingine unaweza fanya useme wewe ameanza vipindi za kina Salasi sasa.
Ameanza tuko kama leaders wajinga hawa.
Yes. That's my 2 cents.
Wow, that was a good one. Personally also I think the same to some extent, but now this is my point about Morara. Morara made a mistake by announcing retirement from activism. And why that is a mistake is this. Morara, you got arrested for the first time. Everybody who can see well, who could see well, saw that you are shaken. The government noticed that. So they decided to arrest you again. Because they know arresting you affects you.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
They even arrested you a day after.
Yes.
Before you heal. To make sure you hit again. When the wound is when the wound is when the wound is still fresh. Then they arrested him again. Then after being arrested, the next post you're giving is I'm retiring or I'm taking a break. Bro, let me tell you something. Personally, you know I read so much. I love reading so much. There's one of these books which is one of the most evil books in the world. It's evil because if you use it badly, you can misuse other people and then can take advantage of other people. 48 Laws of Power. This is one book that is even has been banned in prisons in the US. Because it gives guys too much information that you can use against people who are on a higher level or even lower level. And one of the rules, 48 Laws of Power, says that you should act weak when strong and should act strong when weak. Anytime you are somebody who does politics, you are a politician, we know that the opponent that you have is somebody who is really, really strong. Is somebody that has the resources, has the powers, has the government machineries. This is somebody who can just kill you like this. You see, this is somebody this is the last person you need to show
that you're weak.
When Morara was arrested the first time, and this shows a very good example. This is why many people walikuwa wameanza compare Morara na Raila. And when now tukikaa back tunaanza ku notice kumbe Raila alikuwa ameshinda umse because he could do this for many years. Na kwa kuja akatuambia now I'm taking a break. He went through whatever it could take. The likes of Kina Orengo, but they were still standing. But Morara just did this for just a few months, and he's kind of been overwhelmed by this. It's because number one, anytime that Raila came from Mandamano, alikuwa na hold press conference. Guys, on Wednesday is going to be bigger and better. Na utamuona tena, hiyo Wednesday utamuona. Because you almost got shot, you almost got killed. Na shaogopa. The next thing utaona before that Wednesday, wamekutana na Ruto wameongea. But he never said, what do you think happens between this day and the next day? The president sit down with these members, anaona yani jamaa tumemfanyia hizo vitu zote,
anasema itakuwa
bado anasema kutakuwa hebu itaumse tuonge. So you are weak but you are showing them how strong you are, so they don't strike, because the problem is always showing your enemy. So normally a problem with showing why you don't need to show your enemy your weakness, especially when you're weak, is number one, you're giving them a perfect opportunity to strike. Because when I know you're weak is when I'll come to beat you, to finish you. In fact, in fact, one of the 48 Laws of Power is that always destroy your enemy and crush their head totally. Yeah, don't give them chance for a comeback. You understand? So when I know you're weak, nitakuja tu nikumalize kabisa. And this guy just exposed himself by that post. It was a major mistake. That's why you are right to saying that this guy anataji real strategies around him. Tulikuwa tunaangaliaga watu wako pale wenye wanakaa naye, watu wako na maafro, wanakaa kama kina Tomboy, tunasema these guys they look smart, but somebody anaweza look smart and they're not. Wame misadvise large in a very, very big time. So you don't show these guys when you're weak. In fact, when you're weak, you show them you're strong so that they fear you. You understand? But he already made that mistake. He already made them feel that.
So how does he
salvage himself out of this? It's going to be very difficult because number one, the government now knows that this is somebody that if you push enough, will give up. They already know that already. That is
ndio tegemeo la Gen Z.
You see, this is somebody, because the moment why I'm just calling this weak. And it's weak for real. Kebaso anaweza complain only once. But bro, Kebaso anakuwa very ungrateful. You should know number one, ukisema eti wa Kenya, it's you're there for Kenyans and they're not there for you. It's Kenyans who made you who you are right now. Ukimake hizo content, Wakenya wakasema ni wewe. It is these people wenye usai unasema eti hawajakuwa there for you. They're the ones who recognize you. Wakafanya watu wakakutambua. You see, there are many people.
They're the ones who give you wanakuchangia pesa.
Hao ndo wanakuchangia do. So unasijui una expect to the hiyo gari unatembea nao ni wao wame contribute do. Huo bodyguard
furniture whatever.
Huo bodyguard mwenye unatembea ni hao ndo wanalipa. You see. Hiyo chama yenye uli register ni hao ndo walilipia.
So in other words, don't expect too much.
You're already getting more than enough.
Just be a leader first.
Yeah, already you're getting more than enough. Other leaders hata wachangi wagu. You see. Wanaingia kina Jalango. Unapambana kivyako. Maybe a few friends here and there when you wanakujua in person. But when you are the first person mwenye unapata general public wanakutumia do so much money, you see, na wanakutumia bila
hata M-Pesa inajaa.
Hadi M-Pesa njia mpaka una nini line nyingine.
Unaweka PayPal
nini. So kwanza anafaa kuwa very grateful. Amekuwa so famous, something that he did not plan for within a very short time. Watu wamekuwa there for him, including the first day alishikwa. People didn't need to come in public kukusaidia.
Yes.
Whatever people did on X nilifanya katolewa. Anafaa juu hiyo. Anafaa juu hata ya pili. Kelele ya X nilifanya katoka.
True, yeah.
If people were silent, maybe hata angekuwa ameuliwa. You should know that. You see, there many people wanashikwangwa. Kuna kina Njagi walishikwa wakakaa ndani for more than 2 months.
Yes.
You see,
kuna wengine wanashikagwa na hatujui hata kuna mtu anaiongelea na hata hatujui wanaenda wapi.
So Morara is a very lucky fellow and he's just being ungrateful. Akianza kusema stories za sijui amko there for me in public. Bro, mimi ningepata hiyo influence ulipewa kidogo hivi. Ningesumbua Ruto. My friend, ningesumbua Ruto. Of course I'll give it to you that ulijaribu kupewa kazi ukakataa, so you are not compromised, but right now you are compromised because the people when you walikuwa nagi online that Morara Kebaso is such a gentleman, is a man of integrity, he cannot be compromised. But being compromised doesn't necessarily mean that umenunuliwa.
Yes.
Nikikufinyia fear and you buy it, you have been compromised. Yes. Because you're no longer going through the trajectory that you had started earlier because ulikuwa unataka ku deliver Kenyans. The moment you stop doing that because of what I did to you, nimekucompromise. Yes. Understand? Yes. So Gachagua, it's okay, just go back and sit Kebaso and you should just go and know that
if you are strategizing for real, please do
strategize. But I need you also, as you come back to this, if you're ever going to come back, I just want you to know one thing. If you thought it was going to be easy, bad news. Yes. Being a leader in Kenya is not easy. And leadership, we always know one thing, that if you are expecting privileges, you should always be ready to have responsibility. There's no privilege that comes without responsibility. These leaders, hizo bodyguard, hiyo kutembelewa, those are privileges. Kutembea kwa red carpet, Morara was already receiving some of them.
Yes,
kama akiingia mahali, kuna bodyguard around him, and he was feeling himself. Ulikuwa unaona hadi siku hizi demeanor yake is changed. He's now giving the look of a politician, somebody who is polished, and alikuwa na give a boss look.
Yes.
And that was because of the akiingia mahali watu wanamshangilia. That is the privilege you get. So when it comes the time to pay the price, which is responsibility, don't run away. In another so any time utashikwa, when the time yenye unafinywa, that is that's the price you pay to get that opportunity. That's why many of us are not getting that chance. Yes. There's only one person who can be president at a go. So for you to be that one person, don't expect it to kupewa. You have to be ready to pay equal amount of price.
1 million Kenyans hapo.
Yes.
Police wakikuja tu watakushika.
Watakushika tu. That's life. That's how our Kenyan politics is done.
Look at tukimalizia tu your time. Look at how Raila, for example, in history of books, tunaonaga venye he passed through hell kwa regime ya Moi.
It was so much. Hadi akashikwa for more than 8 years.
Ajawai sema,
you are not there for me.
Mbona mimi nashikwa? No.
In fact, he looks at that. In fact, anaangaliaga hiyo anasemaga hiyo it was a privilege.
That is what made him who he is.
Yeah, the price he had to pay.
Yes.
Yeah.
What you have to go through, they say that diamond
are made through very high heat.
Yes.
Yeah. So in concluding this, I also wanted to say this, that anybody wants to be a leader, or if you're somebody who wants to be a leader to Gen Zs, or even Morara where you are, I want you to know that when things are flowing, when things are good, when there's no interruption and there's no chaos, anybody can lead. Real leadership is shown when things are not going right. Right now, when things are not right, this is the time when Morara needed to stand. This is when people needed leadership. But ukiona that when things are getting tough,
unataka kurun away.
This is the time now you need to ask yourself, am I really meant for this?
Because ask yourself, mbona alikuwa tough before vitu zikuwe mbaya? Na saizi before I get here recognition,
alikuwa tough.
Anaenda
hadi anasema that we are ready for this. You cannot cow us.
Yes.
You cannot.
But now amepata pia
Hapo hata ameonja cell, labda ameonja cell. Amelala kwa baridi for the first time.
Amepata reciprocation ya Kenya alikuwa akipeana. Nao ndio anasema we. Na kumbe nafaa kufinywa peke yangu.
Peke yangu, That's why wewe ni leader peke yako.
Thank you so much guys for watching On Air with Presenter Ali. Another episode, very amazing, very interesting. Please do leave a comment to at least motivate us. Hii show ndo tumeanza. So kama umewatch hadi mwisho, achia comment yako. We love you guys so much. We'll see you guys in the next video.